Of course, the main reason I brought you up here because we talked about this multiple times before. We had a couple good conversations. Just speaking on how black nerds are tripping out here a little bit. When we were at we were in Lower East Side and that dude he just popped up out of nowhere. I don't even know who that is. Yeah. Just some random dude. We just talking about whatever. I think I might have mentioned anime. Of course, I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Something. And then he stopped dead in his tracks, turned around, and it was like, hey, what does, he just said some Japanese word. He said, what does that mean? And then she just translated it for him and just gave him the weirdest look. And he was just like, yes.
You're just like human Google Home.
Yeah,
it felt like, I was one of those scavenger hunt, like, tasks where it's like find a Japanese
person. People that don't like pizza. Like, exactly. Find a Japanese woman in New York.
Yeah, it felt like it because he I saw him lock on to a presence on the sidewalk from feet away. He had a scouter. Yeah, I felt it, and I was like, no. And I thought I was safe because I was surrounded by all these comics. No. So then I was like, I have a barrier of right 8 men.
Oh he sensed the power level. He was like, yo.
around me, so I'm gonna be fine. So I ignored him and just was really focused on just staying within this circle. Yeah. And he just broke through and was like,
but he found that opening. He went for it.
Yeah.
And he was like, hello. We found my Japanese woman.
She's like, you have 3 wishes.
Is that what people are telling people? That Japanese woman can grant 3 wishes?
What is your first wish?
No wonder people be trying to talk to me all the time.
No,
I'm like, why are you talking to me? So many people talk to me.
No, there is a reason. There is a reason behind it. But yeah, specifically.
Mostly men.
I'll
put it there.
Black men though, right?
White too.
White too.
All black, brown, white. Very few Asian men.
They're like, we know what's going on. We know. What's up, sis? It's just or whatever y'all thing is. I don't know what y'all.
No, yeah, Asian men do not talk to me.
Oh my God. Yeah,
but no, we've talked about this before.
I had to tell
how we
her.
randomly can just approach.
Yeah.
Well, we did it at Oak City Festival this year.
Oh no! I just happened to be talking to that guy because he's a photographer. But then I was the night previously, so I forgot his name, and I'm mad I forgot his name. But he's a comic too. But he just happened to be taking pictures. I was just chit chatting with him. I was telling him, I was like, yeah, black dudes will run up on an Asian guy just to talk to him just because it's cool. And he was so confused. He didn't know what I was talking about. Next day we have a cookout, and Cordero compliments him on his shirt, which is it was like a dragon or some shit.
It was a tiger. It was it was like a tiger, sort of like that. Traditional, almost like kabuki style, weird, just like that
watercolor paint.
Yeah,
it was like that. And he just started a conversation with him, so it was natural like that.
And then I feel like a light switched on because then Ishmael shows up, and then you show up, and then somewhere along the line, Yu Hakusho came up, and then he's just stuck in the middle of 3 niggas just trying to out black nerd each other.
Oh my gosh,
that was something that I didn't realize until I moved to New York.
Oh man.
No.
You don't see all these young black kids looking like anime characters doing the Naruto run?
I didn't no, okay, because I grew up in Seattle and the Bay Area, so it was all white people. So then I was like, wow, white people really love anime. Ooh. And they do. But I moved to New York and that situation kept happening.
Let them know.
Let them know. Roll call.
Let them know.
I was so shocked by the number of black people who would come up to me and also talk about anime.
Hey, dog. We've been supporting Dragon Ball Z forever. Akira still got a job because of us.
We got the foundation.
Yeah.
There's interesting crossover though. We've seen it, especially with you guys' fashion.
Yeah.
We were standing out in front of. Well, we were out in front of Kith the other day.
Yeah.
And we just realized it's like Asian people are swagged the fuck up
all the time.
Like all the time.
All the time.
Like outfits on point. They're
All
always
the
sitting there
time.
like. I mean, look, you try to coordinate it with everything. I was like, oh, that's black shit. Like
Yeah.
walking out knowing you look on 10.
Definitely relate to it. Where it's just like I put thought into my outfit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need your compliment. I know I look good.
Yeah.
It's like it's that
Enjoy this
type of-
ice cream swirl. I'm just going, yeah.
But it's I don't know. It's dope. I definitely had to tell you. I was just like, look, I had to when I first got here. I had to
It was
chill
our
out.
first
I was
conversation.
like, I had to chill out because when I first seen you, I was just like, this is dope, but Gerard, don't fuck this up. Don't fuck it up.
There's a level. There's a level.
Relax.
When my eyes glaze over and One Piece starts getting on the mind, my man can go off.
Yeah, the first time we talked about One Piece.
Because she was talking to Charlie. It wasn't me. It was Charlie. She just happened to be talking about it. I was like, I can talk about this. And so even then, I just shut the fuck up. I shut the fuck up. And then,
No,
and then
it was cool though.
It was dope. It was I think I just happened to be talking we were talking about anime again, and you just happened to be standing there, and then I mentioned Hijami no Ippo. And then you're just like, oh, that's old school. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
got the cosign. Hell yeah.
Pulls out his pocket, starts checking off that checklist. Like,
Hell
yes,
yeah.
approval from Japanese woman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guy-
So you said you didn't watch much too, but in the States, did you ever like sit in front of like Saturday morning cartoons at all, or were you just kind of
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
No.
yeah, like the only times I like really watched chunks of TV were when I would go to my friends' houses for like sleepovers,
Okay.
and then we would have like Disney Channel on.
Disney is so universal, man. It's
Yeah.
like, I didn't really fuck with it too heavy, but it's like I still watch
So it's
it.
like I've seen random episodes of like That's So Raven and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
What did you think?
And I was like, yeah, I guess, you know, like this is on right now. But yeah, I mean, we watch like Japanese TV shows.
Okay. Those are always lit because you never know what's going
To me, I
Never
don't know
knows
what the show is sometimes. Where it's a game show, but then there's a musical guest, and then there's it's almost like every show is a variety late night TV show.
Yeah.
And then you're in the middle of a commercial, and you don't even know it. Like,
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen on some videos. So that just seems interesting to me. Do you know why they went about doing that, or is that just how you guys roll out there and just?
Well,
Oh.
if you want to know,
This is why you're here.
did you know that my father is?
Answers.
We need answers. This isn't going up. We're keeping this
Just
for
for you.
Yes.
study,
Yes.
work. This is for school.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Take us to school, please, Miss Kirimoto.
No, how lucky you are that I am here. It's actually interesting because I didn't really know about like the history of Japanese TV either. But then someone wrote a biography about my dad.
Who's your parents?
It
Who's your
sounds
dad?
okay. I don't want to
This
come
anime
off
thinking.
like kind of like
Is it-
saying
Is your dad at the top
Like
of a
an
tower,
asshole.
shadowed out right now? Like, what's is he the final boss battle? I don't know.
no.
Your dad's Giovanni.
I'm
No.
done. I'm done.
So
No, who is your father? Because now I'm intrigued.
my father. My dad is a comedy writer
Wow.
in Japan.
Nice.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't like really grow up with him around me because he was busy, and like I lived in America and he worked in Japan the whole time,
Okay.
and my mom like was not interested in his work, so I did not grow up seeing his stuff.
Oh shit.
But now as an adult, I talk to like so many like Japanese people, and like when I tell Japanese people that I do comedy, they're always like, "Oh, it's your dad's influence," and I'm like, he did not raise me. Actually, my mom is very funny.
AKA I don't know that nigga.
That's some black shit right there. That's some,
I don't
I don't know that nigga. Nah, I'm my
Actually,
own.
my mom
I'm
is
my own
super
person.
funny.
Now, has your mother? How does your mom feel when you was just like, I kind of do stand up too, like I dabble in comedy as well. How did she?
Yeah,
feel?
when she found
How did she feel? Because that's that she was like, no, you're not gonna be like him. No.
That one tear's like my baby. No.
Why do you think I moved all the way over here?
Well, she was like, I guess it was inevitable.
Damn.
Because here's the thing, like my dad, his profession is writing comedy, but my mom is super funny.
Oh.
Like, yeah. I was like, should I say this on record? I think that in just like saying like whatever, like say 5 sentences, my mom might be funnier than my dad.
Ooh.
That's a mic drop.
So your
Hell yeah.
But
Your pops is good on the table, but
and I'm
your
only
mom
saying
can
this
riff her
because
ass
this
off.
is in English, and my dad won't hear this. Like
We won't put subtitles.
this would break my heart. This would break my dad's heart. But I think yes, my mom is queen of riffing.
Really?
Like I get so mad when I'm hanging out with her because she is so fucking funny. Like I will cry laughing.
I want to see this. I want to see this.
And like
See her cracking up dudes at the noodle shop. Just like, yo.
Just start roasting niggas.
Yeah, start roasting niggas.
oh my god, my mom can roast the shit out of people.
Oh, man.
She also like will be taking the train together and she'll just start doing impressions of other people on the train car.
She free in November?
I'm gonna book my mom. But yeah, like my mom is super funny, and I think that my like sense of humor was like very influenced by my mom.
Okay.
But everyone's like, "Oh, it was your dad. It was your dad," and it's also because like my dad wrote a show or was part of writing a show that was in like the 90s, I think.
Okay.
That like every person in Japan who does comedy, like who is between like 28 and 45 are like, that show is the reason I do comedy.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn, Papa Kiyimoto.
Yeah. Did he make like
I've never
Japan
seen it.
Seinfeld or like did he make I never seen it? Yeah.
So
What if you watch it and you were like mediocre? Shit was alright.
so
It's alright.
it's like really weird sometimes when I
Pops is
talk
really the boss battle. That's
to
crazy. That's
Japanese people who do comedy who like rave about my dad to me.
Mm.
And then I'm like, it's like he raised you more than he raised me.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I ain't even seen his work. I don't even know.
I don't either. I've never seen this working.
It's like when they said it, like your dad's funny. It's like my dad's funny. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you always think your parents are like cornballs.